Just make sure this is okay. Hi, Kaleni. I hope you're well. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. So this is your testimony. I hope this finds you well. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for the session that you gave me, the Shamanic Reflexology. So I just wanted to fill you in how I've been doing. So I rested a majority of the day yesterday, just took it easy. And I noticed as well I could feel, stuff breaking up in my chest, and I could feel that happening today as well. So I thought that was interesting. So I can feel a shift after the session as well, and yeah, I can actually feel stuff going on in my reproductive system as well. I noticed a shift with that, and yeah, just I've not been coughing a lot. Maybe just bringing up some phlegm, which is I've noticed that it's a lot clearer as well. Compared to previous times. And I just wanted to say as well, to anybody really, it's online is the best session you can get. You don't have to go anywhere. You can be in the comfort of your own home, and that's what I liked about the session with yourself. And yeah, it was just great. I didn't have to worry about travelling anywhere, and I was in a safe space, and with the likes of yourself as well. So thank you so much for that. So I'm just going to get into what I'd actually I thought something had so I'm just going to get into what I picked up during the healing session, like my visions and what like any sensations. Sorry, I thought I'd cut off there. So as you'll know, I had COVID, so I've been coughing quite a lot before the session, and I was coughing quite a lot as well before the session began, and even during it at certain points. So I'm just going through my notes. I did become aware of my jaw as well. I felt it was quite tight, and just as you were starting off the session, I could feel the energy going towards that as well. I do remember smelling sage. So I don't have any sage in the house. I thought that was as if my senses, my sense of smell was being heightened at that point, because I do have problems with my sinuses, and I did find there was a smell of sage towards the end of the treatment as well, which wasn't as long. It was a lot lighter compared to when I first smelt it at the beginning. So I remember my body was relaxing, and I think that the part of my heart space, it was like 4 compartments. It felt as if I was at home, so it felt as if there was like 4 rooms, and when I seen my heart, it was quite like a juicy bright red, and then there was a lot of green getting in there as well, so I definitely felt the energy getting in there, and lots of green. I think towards like my root chakra, I couldn't visualize the colour red at all. What I did see was lots of white. Then there was lots of gold, and then there was a wee bit of pink, and then I've actually seen my cords going down into the ground, like veins, with blood. It looked like wine that was inside them. That was the only way I can describe the colour. So I remember seeing myself going towards a woodland, and there, I became faced with the tree with all the standing stones, and this tree was very, very thick. It was like it looked ancient to me, and I remember seeing it had a door, but I was told not to go inside the door. I actually just put my back to it, and it was there that I really connected my cords into Mother Earth again, like the veins. One stemmed from my root chakra, and the other 2 came from the soles of my feet all the way down into the core. It looked like the hidden sun. So I thought that was interesting. So I was very aware during the session of me being in another place, but I was very much in the here and now. And I remember seeing you walking towards me. You had this beautiful sort of like shimmery golden dress on. You had like a headdress, very goddess-like. And you smiled at me and approached me. And I remember you like kneeling down and sort of like acknowledging my feet, acknowledging how precious your feet are, and it was time to work on them. So at this stage, I'm taking it that this would be you working on my feet, with the reflexology. So I thought that was interesting. Just going through my notes again. Excuse me. So anyway, at one point as well, I became aware of sensations in my feet, and especially my knees, both of my knees. There was definitely an energy going there. And I became very aware of my toes. Now, I hate my toes. I don't, because I've got ingrown toenails. So I remember like physical reflexology, maybe going to a salon. Anybody who touched my toes, I would wince. I would like, make faces. So pretty much when I felt my toes were getting worked on at that point, and like, it was as if I seen a coat hanger. So I thought, wow, a coat hanger. It sort of like came from my toe right into like the top half of my foot. So it was almost like it was showing me, the areas that needed worked on the most, and just other part again, very much my knees. And I could feel like my heels getting worked on as well, and the front of my foot. So it was showing me like areas that was getting worked on, but at times I felt as if they were kind of uncomfortable. So I would take it that's the areas that I really worked on, especially the top end of my feet and my toes. They're very, very sensitive. And just as you described, those areas matched what was actually happening with me, especially around about my chest area. And I did become aware of an owl sat on my chest, and it looked right into my eye. So it was just like keeping an eye on me and letting me know, to keep a focus and not to worry too much. So I felt at ease, protected with this vision of the owl. And then another bird came and sat next to it as well. And I thought, I think it was called a finch, if I'm correct. So these two birds sort of like sat for a brief amount of time until the point I never seen them anymore. So I just thought it was absolutely fascinating. And again, I could feel energy going up my legs as well. And I did become aware of, it was almost like two tides coming from the left and the right. They could have came from anywhere, like two oceans coming together. A bit like the Red Sea, the Moses story. So they both came together and sort of like enveloped me. They like a blanket. So they both came towards me, crashed into my body, just sort of like leaving my face untouched. And then it would just sort of like break off as if it was cleansing something. So I felt very cleansed at that point as well. And yeah, the tree as well felt very masculine, I want to say. So then I became very aware of as well, I've had reproductive problems. So I was actually shown my reproductive system as well, like the ovaries and like, the parts that make up that section. And yeah, very aware of, like my digestive state, as if my stomach was getting energy around about there as well. And yeah, so I didn't know what to expect during the session, but wow, I can't wait to get another one again. I remember moving a few times as well, with the energy moving through. So just try to remember what else. So yeah, I remember when I was coming back, you told me to come back, so I went back through the tree, away from the tree, thank the tree. I remember seeing the stars in the sky as well, with the farther sky. And as I was coming out, there was a gate, I didn't see the gate before that, but I'd actually left the gate. I said goodbye to yourself, with the lovely shimmery gold dress on, and gave gratitude to you. I remember hearing as well at one point I would probably need to go to the doctor. That had come up in the healing session as well. And as I was leaving, a baby deer had approached me, came towards me as if, to lift it up. So I gave it a cuddle, acknowledged the baby deer, but then I had to let it go. So it's almost like, just projecting that energy, the animal projecting energy towards me and then letting it go. And then I could see in the distance there was like a stag, it was obviously, the male. I take it was the father. I knew the mother was in the woodland somewhere, but I couldn't see her, but I could feel her energy. But it was actually the father that showed me, and it was almost like calling the baby deer back. So at that stage, I took the baby deer to be my spirit animal, and I've since Googled that as well. So as you can see, I'm just resting. I just took another rest, an extended Sunday, since I'm off work and I'm not doing any other work, just decided to leave that till later on. So, getting itchy nose. So I do feel as well that my sinuses have cleared. I do feel that there's been a breakup of energy around about my chest, so it feels a lot lighter, that something has definitely, I'm at the end of it. And again, there was an emphasis on my reproductive system, because I've been lacking that energy of, any sort of like sexual activity and stuff like that. I don't have an interest for that whatsoever, but I did feel there was a sensation, a sort of like sensual sensation, so I would take that as that area being balanced out. So just looking to see if there was anything else that I missed. So I hope, that just seemed to be the main parts. I'm looking forward to another one. It was definitely, it's something I've never experienced before. So thank you so much anyway, because I feel a lot lighter since the session. I've been able to rest myself a lot more as well. So I definitely love online stuff, especially, when you don't have to go anywhere and you're just in the comfort of in your own home. So thank you. I can't thank you enough. And it was a pleasure to, see you again. So anyway, let me know how this finds you, and I'll speak to you again soon. Much love. Bye-bye just now.